Ksenia Evgenevna, could you please help me understand whether it is possible to influence a child's fate by choosing their birth date when they are born by cesarian section? How does this work? After all, the soul is already present in the zygote and already has its own agreement, its own path, and its own tasks. And what influence does a cesarian section have on the child from a magical perspective? I'll start with the last question, and I think I've already addressed it. Its main effect on the child is that they miss out on their primary first experience. When a child passes through the birth canal, they move from one environment to another, and through the pain that naturally comes with this process, just as it does for the mother, they receive their first impulse of the thirst for life. However, children delivered by cesarian section do not go through this process. In other words, they haven't truly been born. They have come into the world, but they haven't fully experienced birth. As a result, they will either have to develop these skills and impulses later in a different way, or live without them, which leaves a lasting imprint on their psyche, and consequently affects their entire life. That's what concerns a cesarian section. As for choosing the birth date, in mysticism and magic, it is generally believed that nothing happens by chance. Even if a mother or a doctor chooses a specific birth date, they are acting as instruments of higher forces in this regard. So I'd recommend you not get stressed about it. What is not meant to happen will not happen, and if it does happen, then it is meant to be. If we approach things from this perspective, we accept that everything happens as it should. In fact, being born by cesarian section was once considered a unique phenomenon. However, it has recently become completely ordinary. It is now seen as a predictable and well-considered option, and is part of the natural order of things. So don't worry about this. Everything will unfold as it should in this world, including for your child.